welcome to Doctor versus Bozo, a variety show musical extravaganza.
Woo! Yes.
Yeah! I'm the doctor. My name is Ginny Tutton, and I have a doctorate in music, specifically flute performance. And I'm here with this bozo, Lyman Lipke, who's a genius in his own right, but he does not have a doctorate. So,
I
bozo
don't
it is.
I don't have any pieces of paper.
Hey, that paper is expensive. You probably made a pretty good choice, dude.
I think it was a series of bad choices that led to where I'm at.
No way, dude. No. But you
Uh,
do have to wear the clown nose sometime.
yeah, it's on the floor somewhere
It's
because
on the floor. You can't even keep track of your nose, bozo.
nah.
So what are you doing, man? What have you been up to this week?
Oh man, I have been uh messing with Chat GPT to create some software to transcribe my dang guitar, so I don't have to write tabs anymore. I hate writing tabs.
That's
Um,
pretty ace.
yeah, like that is one of the things that when I post lessons on Instagram or TikTok, everybody's always asking tabs. You got tabs? Uh, I'm like, no, the pain in the buttocks
Hmm.
to write.
Also, playing by ear is good for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the excuse that I would give to everybody. You should learn how
But
to
really,
do
you just
this.
didn't.
Yeah, it was just lazy. I didn't want to write the tabs. Now I can write the tabs and have it show up live as I play. So um,
I mean, that is epic.
yeah, I think it's gonna like actually change my life. Um, and I had a couple gigs this weekend. Drove a big old triangle around the state.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, now I'm recovering.
I bet. I bet. You know, it's funny how much of gigging is not actually the gigging.
The I mean these days the actual gig is like, I mean, 20% of the time that I'm actually, either on the road or uh, setting up, tearing down.
Hmm.
I mean, that's what I got into this biz for, was for the setup and tear down. Like the whole music crap, whatever. But setting up and tearing down, that's my bread and butter. So you had a great idea for
Thank you.
today, uh,
Thank you.
and you actually had two great ideas. Um, One, talk about like a little bit of our musical origin story, but two, I heard tell you have some sort of guitar related game that we could play.
Yeah, I will say I just realized I didn't pull it up, but I have it. I have to get the document. Can you say something entertaining while I get the doctorate?
Um, I can play something entertaining, maybe.
Love it.
This is something I've been thinking about for a few years. Whole tone chords. Just four notes from the whole tone scale. And I use those for dominant chords. Like any dominant chord, like throw a whole tone something or other in there. Move it by whole steps. Boom, you got a chord.
That's pretty awesome. You know, one of the best things about whole tone scales is that there's only two of them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
normally you learn a scale and you have to learn 12, but not the whole tone scale. Two and
Mm-hmm.
done. Two and through.
To and through.
Two and through. That's why they gave me the doctorate. Okay, I have the game pulled up. Are you ready, dude?
Yes.
Okay, so this is game. This is game.
This is game.
It's a great day for me talking. Okay. So this game is called For the Record. And in this game, I look up an interesting record that's on the Guinness Book of World Records, which, by the way, I was like fascinated with as a kid. Like anyone else, like I wanted to hold a record so badly. And now as an adult, I know that you kind of have to pay them a lot of money to do that.
Yeah,
So,
you have to pay a beer company a lot of money.
yeah. But it would still be really cool to have one. Anyways, all of the records that I found for you are guitar related, and I'm gonna give you like a number. But it won't be the real record, and you're gonna have to say if the real record is higher or lower than that number. Is that cool? You got it?
I think so.
Even though you're a bozo, you understand the complexities of my ridiculous beer game.
Higher or lower?
Higher or
Yeah.
lower. That's all you got to say. That's all you got to
Yes.
say. Okay. Here's the first one. I have six of these for you. How much was the most expensive guitar ever sold at auction? Was it more or less than 5 million?
Oh, I'm gonna like I I could see maybe a guitar going for more than 5 million, but I feel like that's on par. I mean, my Bozo is showing. Isn't that like on par with Stradivari? Um, so I'm gonna go less.
You're gonna go less?
I'm gonna go less.
Okay. The real answer is that was a drum roll. Okay, the real answer is actually more. It
Really?
was, yeah, it was a bit over 6 million. Yeah, do you want to know what the guitar was?
Absolutely, I do.
So this helped. It was Kurt Cobain's guitar from the MTV Unplugged concert. Let's see. I'll tell you the stats because you know it's your
Hmm.
thing. It was a modified left-handed 1959 Martin D18E, and it sold in June of 2020 when we all had nothing better to do.
Ah,
So,
that makes sense. Uh,
yeah,
and it's left-handed, so I can't use it. So I no longer care.
you no longer care. Couldn't you just restring it to be right-handed?
Oh, um, yes, you'd need a new nut,
Oh.
but then you've taken away an original part, which probably devalues the guitar at least $1 million at that
Uh,
point.
I mean, 20% when 20% of the cost is nope. Nope, 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 nope.
Um, yeah, that probably is gonna make some lefty really happy, or it's gonna be an art piece.
I know, right? That makes me a little sad about instruments when they like a good instrument ends up just being an art piece and doesn't get played. Ooh, fun fact. I when I was in grad school, I met one of my professors. She for a while her job was to play all the Stradivari in a museum because the wooden instruments like you need to keep playing them to
Mhm.
like keep them in shape and that was her job is to just come in and practice on those instruments. What? Best job ever.
Yeah. Um, my pops played with a bass player who was um, sonically treating and aging his instruments by putting them in like a chamber with speakers and then
Oh.
running different frequencies like real loud. So it would like in theory treat the wood. Um, it, I mean, again, Bozo showing. That sounds real cool, but I haven't researched any of that. But it'd be interesting to see the results.
Right. And I feel like you could be like, this instrument was trained on Itzhak Perlman, kind of like The Matrix, like the classical music version of The Matrix. But it does sound a little woo-woo.
Let's round two. Let's see if I can
Game.
get one
Okay.
right.
Pacing. You're in charge of pacing, Bozo. All right. Um, Number two, how many guitar strings did the fastest repair person ever change in 1 hour? Was it more or less than 300 strings in an hour?
300 strings, like individual strings, or 300 sets.
Individual strings.
Um, individual strings. So 300 would be uh, 50 sets.
I
I
don't know, man.
Yeah, I think um, a good tech that's a string set a minute. Um, I've never timed myself restringing uh, a, an entire set. Um,
Well, now you have something to do in your spare time.
can't. Did he have to take strings off?
Um, I mean, the Guinness Book of World Records is not that specific. Sorry, I don't know.
Record book isn't good at keeping its records.
Right? Okay, but it says change, and I feel like change, like that's not fair. Like you wouldn't call it changing a baby if the baby's like naked and then you put the diaper on it. You'd be like, I put the diaper on.
Hmm.
It like to change it, you would have to like take it off.
Um,
That's my logic.
I I've seen some fast techs, so I'm gonna say more, greater.
More than 300, so more than a whole set of six strings per minute. It's less, but not that much less. It's 226 strings in a minute.
226 strings.
Yeah. Oh, in an hour. Sorry.
226 strings in a minute. Um,
That would be insane.
that is I don't know how many times 226. Six
Dude,
goes into
I did the math
226.
for you on this one. Let's give credit to this complete baddie, Thomas Silkman, from Flint Hills Music in Emporia, Kansas, where they have nothing better to do. This record was set in April of 2018, and it is the equivalent of 3.76 strings per minute. So like 2 minutes for a total restring about.
Okay.
Do you want to try to beat it? Is that going to be your new goal?
Oh no. No. I can take my time changing strings. I don't have to change 50 guitars worth of strings in a day. Uh, max would probably be like 20 string sets in a day, which would be
That's still a
100,
lot.
180 strings. I don't know if I have that many strings.
You'd have to buy out the store. I like the Daria ones. Do you have a favorite set of strings? Are you willing to plug them for free? Uh-oh.
Yes, I'm on the web strings train. Their whole deal is they don't advertise.
Ah,
And
so are you breaking their rule and they're going to disown you?
no, no, like they don't pay anybody to advertise. They don't sponsor anybody. It's all word of mouth. So like this is like their gimmick. I'm plugging web strings. I'm helping their business. But I had a goal. I wanted to be the only guy like endorsed by web strings.
That would be awesome.
Um, yeah, like they don't advertise. They don't do a lot of stuff, and they pass those savings on to you, I guess.
Okay.
Um, but I got a lot of buddies who like Diodarios. I got a lot of buddies who like Ernie Balls.
I played on both of them actually. I like them. Who makes the slinky ones? The slinky ones are what I have on now.
Ernie Ball.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, that I use web strings and generic strings from juststrings.com. They sell bulk packs of 12 strings of a single gauge. So I just
Oh,
buy a bunch and make my own string sets, which I pretty much have to do because I've got like weird custom like gauges. Like this is a 14 to 56.
oh,
And I don't know if they make that pack. I don't think it exists anywhere.
yeah.
14, 18, 26, 36, 46, 56.
But only if she's 5'3". I'm pretty proud of that one.
Um, round three. Let's
Okay,
go.
round three. Yes, focus, Ginny. Okay. How big was the Okay, I love this one. How big was the biggest group of people playing air guitar online? How specific can you get? Was it more or less than 150 people playing air guitar online?
Oh, it's more.
Yeah, it totally was more. Sorry, I lost track of where I was. It was 186 people, and it was for Bill and Ted Face the Music in August of 2020. Again, when none of us had anything better to do. A lot of records from 2020.
Hmm.
They had to demonstrate their ability to do the following air guitar moves. Number one, bend the neck. Number two, the windmill. Yeah, fake the windmill. I'm with you. And number three, finger tapping. Yeah. Yeah.
I,
Okay.
I I think I might be able to break that record like
Oh
pretty
my God, you
easily.
should do that. You should not pay the Guinness Book of World Records,
Oh
but you
no.
should do it like on social media so that like everyone has to believe you. Like the record has been witnessed, even if it's not by the people who want to charge you money.
Yeah, yeah. So that's yeah. I could find 200 people that would uh, do stupid air guitar moves
I
online.
mean, I would do it. So now you only need
Well,
186 people. I'll be the 187th. Well, you can be one too, so
yeah, yeah,
185.
yeah.
If
Um,
you're down to air guitar, put it in the comments.
please do, and I'll be posting that to my story. Uh,
Hey, so question for you. We're halfway through the game, technically. Like I've given you three questions and we have three more. Do you want to like go on with that, or do you want to save the next three for next week so that we can blab about nonsense?
um, I think uh, yapping is in order.
Yapping is in order. Okay. And you're in charge of pacing.
Cool.
I'm that professor that blabs on for ages and ages and ages, and the bell rings, and I'm like, hold on, I just need 2 more minutes. No, I'm not. I'm kidding. I hate that professor. My students get out on time or early, and usually early, so that the students have time to ask me questions in the last like 10 minutes of class if they want to.
I
Anyways,
as children, we all loved getting the teacher off topic, um, and we think we're being sneaky. They know what's happening. Uh, like it's only hurting us as you know knowledge sponges.
I don't know though. Like, you can't just be like a consistent sponge, I don't think, for long periods of time. So I would always like pace my tangents throughout the class. You know what I mean? To give everybody a little break.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Can use them strategically.
so musical origin stories like
I was bit by a radioactive spider.
I stepped in a fire when I was 1 years old.
I
That's what happened.
had a dream once that I got struck by lightning while holding my flute, and it was like the lightning rod or whatever, and it gave us magical powers. It was a great dream.
The stepped in a fire thing is real. Like,
Oh, really? I thought you were joking. Are
oh
you
no,
okay?
I think so. Like, I don't remember it, so it sucks for that little baby. But it melted two toenails off, and they never grew back. And
Really? So you
it
only have 8 toenails?
um I call it 7.5. I've got a really weird one that like it's disgusting. It just grows upwards.
So do you have to like trim it so it doesn't grow too far upwards?
Yeah, I gotta use a dog toenail clipper.
This is so interesting. What if you ever needed to like play your guitar with your feet for some reason? Could you still do it?
Um, oh yeah, yeah. The feet work fine. It's just
Well, but like the nails are protective. You know what I mean? Like, would it hurt you to like
I,
pluck
I
the?
I mean like all I would use is like my big toe. Like the other four like don't really.
Oh, okay. And you didn't lose the big toenail.
No, No.
That's probably for the best. Like that's the most important productive one.
Hmm. Speaking of feet, I did play bass with my feet recently.
Awesome.
And there's video evidence online of it, and I was a little bit upset about that because I've been saving my feet. Like I had not showed them online once in the hopes that I could start an only feet.
And only feet.
Um,
So are
and
you on Wiki Feet now?
I don't know, probably soon. Um,
I mean, that sounds like a cool rite of passage.
but I was hoping to save that because this right foot looks so interesting, and screwed up. Maybe that get somebody's rocks off. I don't know.
That's your retirement plan. Your right foot is your retirement plan. It's the best we musicians can do.
So how did you get into music?
So I mean, I liked it when I was a tiny munchkin. My first instrument was actually piano, like so many of us basic people. Um, my mom says that she was playing a little bit, and when I was like 2 or 3 years old, I was like, "Teach me how to play now." She was like, "Whoa, dude, I can't do that." So she did get me lessons, but it took her a while to like convince somebody to t teach a 2-year-old piano. I would have been like, I mean, okay, but you're probably paying me for nothing. Anyways, so I played for a little bit. I was bribed to practice with Baskin Robbins ice cream, which for 2-year-old Ginny was top drawer bribery. But
Can you
eventually, even that,
remember that? Like,
what?
can you remember when you were two?
No, dude, I remember the stories. I do. I remember like a recital that I did as a youngster, and I would like. There's a picture of me just like sitting in the pews at a church, and I had my like leg kicked over, and my dress is all hither skither, just like waiting for my turn before I can go up there. And I remember like I wasn't nervous getting ready or anything because I'd never done it before. I didn't know to be like nervous about anything. I was just like, fine, whatever. And then I got up there and I was like, oh. But it went fine. But no, I don't remember much of that. My mom tells me about it. So when I first started playing the flute, I the legend in my family, and this I remember vividly. I was paid to play on my very first day. Yeah, I got paid $10 in 1995 money, which is a lot now. I got paid $10, but I got paid $10 to shut up. Um, yeah, and it's hilarious now, but 9-year-old Jenny was devastated. So my cousin was also my f first flute teacher, and she had gotten an instrument that I could use, and so she taught me how to play a note on the head joint, which is what you do first when you're learning the flute. And I was so proud of myself that I could do it that I just walked around with this head joint, and I was like, toot, toot. Toot, 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 toot. And I mean, I was just all over the house doing this all night. I was so pleased with myself. And you know that every single adult in that room is like getting an eye twitch and like a headache. So finally, my pa, who was sort of like an extra grandpa by marriage, he was like, Ginny, come here. And I was like, thinking he was going to tell me like how awesome I was. He's like, Ginny, I will give you this $10 bill if you stop playing and put that flute away. And I was like, I didn't like cry then because like I knew an adult had told me what to do. So like I knew I had it. I had to do it. And it was just a matter of whether or not I got to keep the $10. So I like took the $10 and I put my flute away and then I went to the bathroom and I cried because I was like, I'm not good anymore. Yeah, that was my first day as a flutist. I did get paid $10. I also cried a lot. Do you want to go? Tell me about your like baby stories.
Yeah, yeah. The early. I suppose we could split it up: the early years, the middle years, and then early
Love it.
professionalism. Or
Absolutely.
um, I like. I mean, like music wasn't a big part of my childhood. I don't think like
Dude, you told me that your dad had you leashed to an amp.
yeah, like I just thought that was like something like you did. Oh, the noise is happening. All right, cool. Uh, However, like my favorite toy as a child was this little Yamaha like I don't remember the model number, but I think it was the numbers were like 560 or 570. It was this little
Are we talking keyboard?
synthesizer. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And I loved just hitting the demo button, having the demo play, and then I, just mash the keys in the direction that the, pitches were moving.
Love
And
it. That sounds awesome.
that was like my first like experience with music. That was like my favorite toy. Like, just hit the sound maker. Mash buttons. Why doesn't it sound like the cool song button? I don't know. That's for later, I guess. Um, but when I was 10, 11, whatever orchestra age is, uh,
Okay.
like I had like no interest in playing an instrument. My dad was like, "You have to play an instrument at least for a year. You got to try it." We could play either the violin, the viola, or the cello. And me being the little obstinate child that I still am today, like the viola's different. Let's do that one. So I started on viola, um, and I remember coming home with the viola rental that we got, and I tried to figure out how to make sound with it, and the bow hair was real loose. Like, that's not working, so I made it probably way too tight, and then pulled it across strings. Like it's not doing anything. We spent like an hour trying to figure out what to do, and then there's this little box in the viola case, and when you opened it, there's this little wooden thing with this sticky crap, and like what happens if we rub the bow across this, and then we made uh we were able to make sound, and I like to tell folks like my talent, my advantage that I had in music was I was able to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on day one.
Ooh, impressive.
I mean, of course, probably not in tune, like, and
Who needs it?
terrible tone, bad time. So I sounded great besides, pitch, tempo, and tone. Uh,
Again, who needs them? Who needs them?
um, but yeah, that like, I mean, what I could do on day one, everybody else was also able to do like within like a a few weeks after going through the proper tutorial stage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so in the grand scheme of things, like my advantage was not big at all. Like I was only like a couple weeks ahead. What I think happened is that sparked my interest, and that got me willing to keep going, keep learning.
Nice.
And in the Essential Elements book, like this is a few weeks, a couple months in, like I was reading through this book. I'm like, yeah, I can read. I'm freaking great. And we got to like number 40. Like, why can't I read this anymore? This is like I don't know what's going on. They had the little letters inside the note heads, and
Oh,
then at
yep, yep, yep.
40, like they went away. I didn't make that connection. But I think that's a brilliant solution to get like kids to read, because it's building those connections in your brain. Um,
Yeah, I just think that they should take them away gradually instead of like all at once. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm. Like they should label them when you first learn the note, and then they should take it away after a couple weeks, but still like label all the new notes. But no one asked
They
me.
should have. They should have
I
asked
know.
you.
Come on, essential elements. Don't you need a curriculum designer?
Um, and then from that point, like I tried to, touch every instrument I could get my hands on and make sounds. Uh, and that's the early years. Uh,
Well, I was just wondering, like, are you going to include when you like first played the guitar, or do you consider that your middle period?
um, well, I mean, any stringed instrument, like I figured out the concept that if you put your finger here, the pitch gets higher. If you go this way, it gets lower. So I used that knowledge to just try to play melodies, and like songs that I was hearing, and I was missing everything, but I was getting the contour sort of
Mm-hmm.
right. Um,
Did you
and
play everything all in one string, or did you like move strings?
um, I think I was moving strings pretty quick.
Gosh, that's fancy. I would have done them all on one string.
I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of stuff like that I was doing. This is a common question that gets asked to guitar players, um, and everybody has a really cool one. But I think
Oh.
mine's super lame. But the first guitar riff you ever learned,
Oh, okay.
um, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, like Black Sabbath," or it's stuff from the metal period, or Beatles or whatnot. My first guitar riff that I learned was
Every morning there's a hill in the
Sugar
Yep.
Ray, and it wasn't even like from Sugar Ray. It was, this is where it gets real dumb. It was from uh, Jimmy Fallon doing like a parody of like uh, just some songs with his guitar, and like about the new Star Wars movie.
Oh.
I should try to find that, like, cause that like kind of got my interest peaked in the guitar. Like that was the start. Um, so yeah, that's my early years.
Do you want to know my first guitar riff really quick?
Yes, I do.
It was Peter Gunn. Dun 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 dun. Wow. Yep. Shout
Um,
out to Chad Bailey for teaching me that. Yeah.
I heard a story about that. Like the guitar player who recorded that was like just rolling his eyes at the part, and Henry Mancini, who was conducting it, said like, "I know it's dumb. Would you do it for me?" And then I guess he did it, and then that that's Peter Gunn.
I didn't think it was dumb. I liked it. But I
I
am a big fan of the ostinato in general.
um I mean, I don't know who the guy that recorded on it, but it was probably some sort of like heavy hitter studio guy. Um,
Hmm.
to your
Uh,
middle years,
the middle years. So I quit the flute.
really?
Yeah, I did. So I had started in lessons with my cousin when I was in like fourth grade. And I did it into fifth grade, and then I didn't want to practice. If you're hearing like redundancy here, didn't want to practice piano. No, I didn't want to practice flute. So I quit. I didn't get rid of my flute or anything. I just quit taking lessons. But in the sixth grade, my school started actual like band class. And I think because there was like a social element, it was more fun for me. And also because I had taken that year of lessons, like I was the good one. So I like felt really proud that I got to like keep making some music. Anyways, so I got back into it then. I guess my next claim to fame is seventh grade when I got a fabulous band director, Miss Laura Borchert. We called her Miss B. And she wrote out the theme from Titanic for us to play because it was big in 1998. Um, and so she wrote it out, and then she wrote out the flute solo, and we all had to audition for it if we wanted it, and I got to play it, and I was so excited. But the one thing is, I was like, because the she wrote da 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 da, and I was like, that's not how the song goes. It goes da 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 da. Anyways, and I wanted to do all the like melismas, and she was like, "No, Ginny, stick to the script." So I stuck to the script, but I played that as my like first solo, which was a blast and a good claim to fame. And I feel like my middle school education went like pretty much as you would expect. Like I liked playing the flute. I was willing to practice. I didn't necessarily have to like practice the band music because I had already been playing for a year, but my teacher would give me like other stuff to practice. Um, and so I would do that. Like she gave me one of the Mozart concertos when I was 13, which is perhaps not the like wisest idea, but I liked it. I had a good time. I like memorized part of it, which is, so much easier when you have the little sponge brain of a 13-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but anyways, yeah, other than that, like my middle school years were pretty normal. The only other thing is that I wanted to play jazz. Like real bad. I wanted to play jazz. But to be in the jazz band, they made me play guitar, which is how I know how to play Peter Gunn. I was not allowed in the jazz band on my flute, and I was like really bummed about that. So I did guitar in the jazz band for like a year, and then I quit. I wanted to play my flute, okay? And of course, you already know that story because then you taught me jazz, and now I get to play jazz. Whoop whoop. Oh, shameless plug for our awesome jazz class. If anybody wants to get in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
2026.
that's right.
Beginning of 2026. You
That's
heard it
right.
here first.
Way in advance, people. Wait, well, we'll see. We'll see
We'll
how
see.
long it takes us to get the episodes out. It'll be like tomorrow, guys. Be there, be square.
Hopefully this episode is out on let me do some quick maths. October 6th.
Oh, you're gonna put like a deadline on yourself, a commitment there.
Yes.
Way to
Yes.
go, dude. Hey, what about your middle years?
My middle years. So after, the first year of viola, I heard some stories like, yeah, the violas don't get to play the awesome melodies. Like, I'm like, that's dumb. So I made the switch to violin because I wanted the cool melodies. Um,
So you could be the center of attention.
mm-hmm. Little attention-seeking goblin. Um,
Me too, dude. I was a flute player.
so, and in middle school, I jumped back and forth between violin and bass. Like I started
Mm.
playing a little bit of upright bass in sixth grade. And so I did that for 2 years, and then I quit orchestra for my eighth grade year. Um,
Yeah, quitters. High
I,
five.
I really liked baseball and cooking. Um, so
Nice.
those were the things that I wanted to spend my time with. So
RBIs and RIBs. Yeah, I'll be here all week.
and the show Good Eats with Alton Brown, which that was like my jam. I watched that whenever it was on. And like if
Nice.
it was on at 2 a.m., like I was up watching it. And then shameless humble brag, uh, like about I think like year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, Alton Brown followed me on Instagram.
Nuh-uh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's so cool.
and I immediately sent him a message like, "Hey B, I've been watching your shows since I was a dorky little 13-year-old. I love everything you do." And he said, Thank you. I love your lessons. Wild to me. Um,
Holy crap. Okay, did you stop speaking after that?
um, I think like when I opened Instagram and I got the priority notification, I think the sound I made was oh oh. I'm pretty sure I clipped microphone, but that adds to it. And my wife's like, "What's wrong? What just happened?" I'm like, I showed her because she
I feel like you
knows.
should have made your move and been like, "Hey, if you ever want to take a lesson, I would be so down in exchange for, I don't know, your favorite recipe."
I wrote a comment on one of like on something uh like if you ever go on the road and need a touring guy, I'm happy to do it because I like his guitar playing. Um,
That's awesome.
so like I quit playing the violin in eighth grade. I was still playing some guitar in my spare time, uh, but I don't know for what reason like I needed to pick a class in high school, like an elective. I'm like, let's just go back to orchestra, see what happens. And so I got back in orchestra. That meant I was hanging out in the music room. Uh, Month into my freshman year, my buddy asks me, "Hey, the jazz band needs a bass player. You played upright bass a little bit, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, a little bit. I don't really know how to do it." He's like, you'll be fine. Just come in and do it." And uh, then I was jazz band at my school was a 0 hour class, so
Yeah, yeah. I mean, freaking welcome to Music Land.
6:30 a.m.
Oh, that's painful, especially for jazz musicians. You guys
Yeah,
are night owls.
yeah, like wake up at 5:45 a.m. to play jazz in school, and then wake up at 5:45 p.m. to play jazz in the real world. Um, and so that was like my that was the first step. I started getting interested in jazz and taking all the stuff that I was learning on bass, trying to put it to the guitar at home. And that's pretty much the end of my middle years. Oh, one more story. I joined violin my freshman year. I joined with the violin for orchestra, and then my sophomore year I switched to bass for the the upper level orchestra. And the other bass player was a dude who was a year older than me.
Hmm.
Cool guy. And it wasn't till like after the first concert, um, like I was asking the older dude, like, what do we do here? What's the bowing? He's like, I don't know. You're the section leader. Like what? And I looked at the program, like there was a little star next to my name. Like what the hell?
You got the star? Ooh la la.
So yeah, that's how I found out that I was the principal bass player.
That feels very bozo. You show up and you're like, who's in charge? Oh,
Uh
it's
oh,
me.
that's bad for everybody.
What shall I do?
So what about your middle years?
I mean, my middle years were pretty basic. Like when I picked the flute back up, and then I got to play the what was it called? The Titanic theme. My
Hmm.
heart will go on. And I started playing the Mozart concertos and stuff. When I got into high school, I got to playing a little more seriously. I would audition for like clinic bands and stuff. Oh gosh, one of my like horrible stories. I did a competition and it was like I just decided to do this competition on my own. I didn't have any help from any of my teachers or anything. I just picked a piece and I was like, I'm gonna go play it at this competition. But I didn't know like how competitions worked or anything. Like I didn't even know to like get a pianist until like a week before and I was like, "Oh no." And also like I picked a piece that was like way too hard for me at the time. Four sharps, everyone, four sharps. And it had a section with double sharps in it. Panic. Ah. Anyways, but so I go to this competition and I do like an absolute garbage job because again, I like wasn't properly prepared by anyone who knew what was going on. But at the end, like at the award ceremony, when they like announced the winner, they were like from Knoxville, Tennessee, which was where I was from, playing the Griffiths poem, which was the piece that I played. The winner is, and I was like, holy crap, did I like have like a fugue state? Like, what has happened here? And then they said someone else's name. We just showed up from the same town playing the same piece. So I was like, I'm sorry, what did I actually do okay? Was this, oh man. And of course, I cried on the way home. I can't decide if my autobiography is going to be called I Cried on the Way Home or I Have to Pee Again. Those are the two choices.
Um,
Um, oh, no,
so
you're
we're
in charge of pacing.
yeah.
Segue, man, segue.
So we're at the you know, hour mark
At the
of
hour.
our meeting. I think we're at the 45-ish minute mark. So would you like to save our early professional years for the start of the next show, or do you have more time to continue? Because we're both yappers. We could like be here for a while.
That's right. So I would say continue, except that I kind of have a lot to say. Like the early professional years is when I get into like the interesting stuff, like what I started practicing and things like that. So I actually do kind of want to save it, if that's okay with you. Is that okay? So that we can yap extra?
Yeah, because that's really where everything started for me as well. Like that's when I really started taking it seriously. Um, and as I like to say, it was all downhill from there.
Just because it was smooth sailing, you were like rolling down the hill.
No, it was the first terrible life choice. Like, I'm gonna be a musician. Wrong, wrong. Uh,
Well, before we go, can I, pardon me, can I pitch our quick like first merch item?
yes.
A t-shirt and it just says I quit music.
it, yes, I am so down. I quit every time I put the guitar down.
That's true.
Just like with smoking, I quit every time I put a cigarette out. Every time. Um, one final thing to give the folks something.
Hmm.
Quick, like you got a quick practice idea for people this week, like something that they should think about or work on this week.
Okay, so pardon me. I think we've reached the limit of my voice today. So I've been working on my next free class, which will come out like right before this. But if you send me a message, I will send you a replay of it. Anyways, I'm letting everyone pick the topic between um, minor keys and how to play really fast. And I think the last time we had an episode, I was talking about minor keys. So let's throw out a tip on how to play really fast. So the like 101 thing that everyone thinks is that you turn on your metronome, you play, and then you like turn it up. It's like you heat yourself like what is it, a frog in a boiling pot so that they don't realize they're boiling until it's too late. It's the metronome equivalent of that. But I actually prefer another way. It's got a terrible name. It's called chunking. And what you do instead is you play a little nugget of music about the size of a quarter at pretty close to full tempo. And you do that little quarter-sized element over and over again until it feels like nice and easy on your fingers. And then you move on to the next quarter and you want to like link them together. Anyways, I seriously, if you're interested, send me a message. I'll send you like the whole class. But instead of like frog legging yourself and just like constantly upping the metronome, it'll drive you crazy. Pick like a little quarter-sized chunk of music. So like 4 or 5/16 notes at a time. The reason I say five is because then you've connected it to the next quarter, which is nice.
Hmm.
I think that is the way to go. Little chunks instead of a whole big passage with metronome annoyances. That's mine. What do you got for us this week?
I love that. I will um, piggyback off of that. So
Mm-hmm.
as a guitarist, if want to play fast, like we all want to play fast. We all want to be Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
So we should probably incorporate chunking as well. But first and foremost, like everything's got to be relaxed, and you can't be moving around too much. Well, you can. You're just gonna work 2 or 3 times harder. Um, but when we as guitarists are learning quick single note lines, um, I would chunk until a string change,
That sounds genius. I was just thinking that. Love it.
and then next section, like we got the string change. Uh, I dropped my pick in the first 5 minutes of the show, and I've been looking for it the entire show. So I don't. And add fingering is a problem. Like the easiest fingering here is just grab that with your second finger when if you, that's the next thing. You probably want your first finger here. So, gotta get that shift. So, chunk the string changes.
Chunk.
I think that's the best way to go.
Excellent. So everyone chunk. Everybody went chunk tonight. No.
And not chunk like this. That's what they call that rhythm, chunking.
Oh.
Chunk, 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 chunk.
Well, that's like
chunk,
chonk, right? Not chunk.
Uh, I always said chunk, but chonk makes more sense.
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
But
Dude,
good episode.
I know, this was freaking awesome. So next week we will talk about our like still early years, but like early years of knowing we wanted to be good and like what we did. I think that would be fun. Because I did some stupid things and some smart things. So,
Hmm. I did a lot of stupid things and a lot of stupid smart things, maybe. Um,
We each have our inner doctor and inner bozo.
did you have that one summer that you just put in way too much time into practicing?
No, dude.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was just a me thing.
Maybe. I might have done that like for my master's degree. But no, not early on. You'll have to tell me about your summer of madness and what you did next time.
Yeah, summer of 2009.
Okay.
That was a.
It was the summer of 2009.
That's not as good as 69
No,
because
it's
haha,
not.
funny number.
I know.
uh, so great. We'll do that next week, and I will see you next week, and I will see you, all of you, next week.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. See you next week.